It is us, the Loud Librarians.
Yeah.
We're here. I'm Hannah.
I'm Amber.
That's Amber.
That's Hannah.
That's Amber. And you might be wondering, what are we doing today?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. We
don't know.
We don't know. We don't really know. We're not going to talk about copyright, and we're not going to talk about library service so much like we did this season. But we'll throw in some libraries since we are librarians and we are here in the library. But we're going to give you a little, to quote Monty Python, now for something completely different, where we just kind of interview each other. Loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
Amber and I, we're just going to go back and forth because, a lot of you guys have been asking. So many people have been asking, who are we? I mean,
so many questions. Like, who are we?
Yeah, our inboxes,
stop,
guys.
Flooded.
Seriously.
Come on.
Stop. I see you outside of my house.
Yeah, I have to block you guys.
I know, calm down. Yeah. It's getting to be a lot. So, here we go.
Yeah.
Amber.
Yes.
I've divided my questions. We have not looked at either of each other's questions. So I've divided some of my questions into library questions, abstract questions, and miscellaneous questions. Yeah. And I think I'm going to start with my some abstract questions for you here. It's inspired by a Magic 8 Ball.
Ooh.
Yeah, ask again later. Something like that.
Yeah.
So who are you Amber? I'm going to ask them all at once here. Why are you Amber? How is Amber? And here we go back to that. Most importantly, should we ask again later?
Oh. So who am I? I have no idea. I've been asked that question since I was 5. I've been in an existential crisis since
Did you know between 0 and 4?
Maybe.
Oh.
But once it hit 5, I was just all downhill from here. But yeah, I'm a Pisces.
Woohoo!
With a Aries moon and a Taurus rising.
So
Hannah's a Pisces too.
I'm a Pisces as well. Wait, but does that mean you have water, earth,
and fire?
Earth,
wind, and fire.
Earth, wind, and
oh my God!
Oh my gosh! Amazing. Well, too bad the 21st night of September is not your birthday. But
and Taylor Swift really ruined that song.
Why and how are you?
How am I? I'm gonna take that literal. I'm good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good.
Good. All right.
And why am I?
Yeah, we can ask again later.
Yeah, we'll see how the rest of this interview goes.
Okay.
We'll
ask again later.
So Hannah, if animals could talk, which one do you think would be the rudest?
Oh, geez, that's good. I feel like the default is cat.
Oh.
But I'm not going to say that. I don't think cats are rude. I think they put up firm boundaries. And that's good for them. I think, honestly, maybe people aren't going to like this, but I think then, dogs would actually be pretty rude.
Hannah.
I like dogs more than cats.
Okay, that's good.
I do.
But
I think that they're very self-involved. I think that they think everything's about them.
Because they're stupid little babies.
They are stupid little babies, and they're
adorable stupid babies.
One that I'll never. I mean, I'm not really a pet person either.
No.
I've never had a pet. I never will have a pet.
I understand.
One time we were thinking about getting a fish, and then it was decided no.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
But I do have 2 plants that I've kept alive.
What kind of plants do you have?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It's just one was one my friend gave me, the other my sister gave me when I moved 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I can't believe they're still alive.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I think maybe dogs, honestly. And I know that people aren't going to like that answer.
I don't like it.
Maybe I just want I'm trying to cause a stir.
You want your inbox to be flooded even more.
Yeah, maybe I'm the rudest.
I mean, humans are animals. So.
Humans, definitely, yeah. Let me ask you this, Amber. What's your favorite day of the week?
What's my favorite day of the week? I like a Sunday.
Sunday's controversial.
Is it?
I think so. But no, explain.
Sunday, even though it's right after Monday and that's where more dread comes in, I don't like Sunday nights.
That's what I was going to say is controversial.
Yeah.
Sunday scaries, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Sunday mornings.
Okay, step aside, Maroon 5.
Another band I cannot stand.
But No Doubt has a Sunday morning song too.
That's a great
That's a good
song.
one.
I
That's a good
love
one.
that
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Underrated song from No Doubt. We could go on a.
It's on Tragic Kingdom?
Yes.
Amazing, yeah.
But Sundays are amazing. I do nothing. If I do anything on a Sundays, like go to a farmer's market, which I love, or just do a stupid like mental health walk.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you have a bike with a basket? And do you play Corinne Bailey Ray as you
Put your records
as
on.
you ride with your herbs and your leaves and your bike basket?
I need one now.
Yeah, I guess you could also only like do that for like a small portion of the year, like comfortably in where we live. It's
Yeah. Well, where I live, I could do that. You know?
no, I mean like in January it's cold. Okay.
January's January.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
I'm a baby. That's nice.
Yeah, Sundays are. I love Sunday more than a Saturday or a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Sundays are just like you're not supposed to do things on a Sunday.
There's less pressure.
There's no pressure.
Yeah.
Like bed rotting. Like I will be a bum on a couch for hours and like not feel any guilt. It's just
Yeah. Nor should you.
nor should
And
I.
you can like eat yummy food.
Yeah.
You want spaghetti, you get spaghetti. You want something that's not spaghetti, you get
I
that
could
too.
get that too.
It doesn't matter.
Free for all. Ooh, a Sunday. Hannah, if you could have any superpower, but it could only be mildly useful, what would that superpower be?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
I've thought about this for a total of 2 seconds. And I'm going to say something a little weird. Shooting different condiments from my belly button. But it could be any. Like it's not just ketchup. I wouldn't do this superpower if it was like only one. No, I could do any of the condiments. And they shoot from my belly button.
Yeah.
And a hot dog is immediately taken care of. Now, where would you be when you're getting a hot dog and then the hot dog stand guy's like, sorry, I don't have any condiments? I don't know. But it could happen.
Would there be like a dial because there's different condiments? So like, what if you want? I don't know.
I just kind of will it with my mind.
Ooh.
So I'm like,
Who's
needs more mustard. Like you get a pretzel and maybe it's not enough mustard and you go, mustard. And then,
that's more than mildly useful. That's
should
good.
I only stick to one condiment? That's
crazy.
Would
That's
be for sure be mildly useful.
useful.
Then I guess we do mustard.
Because mustard usually goes on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could do mustard is like a little more versatile with like meats and pretzels, and that's all I can think of. But I'm sure something else.
Yeah.
Other things. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. If you said mayonnaise, I would be so sad.
No. That would, I feel like, deeply upset people.
Yeah.
Not that squeezing mustard from. You want to hang out with an open-minded crowd, right? Okay, I'm gonna shift it just to a little bit of a library question because at the beginning we said that we do some library.
Yeah,
but
we have to.
I just want to add. Yeah, we have to. So Amber, you're in cataloging, and I want to, as a cataloger, what is your favorite subject of the Library of Congress classification system to catalog? Like, what letter? And for those who are confused about what we're talking about, we don't do Dewey in academic and research college libraries. No. We do the Library of Congress classification system, and that is an alphanumeric sort of order of where we classify our books based on subjects and et cetera. So every like letter followed by numbers as is addressed to a different subject.
Right. What's the number for dogs?
That's an S.
See, yeah, that's why I was always on the fourth
Fourth floor, yeah.
I was like, right where that sitting area is next to the water fountain.
Yes, exactly, yes. Yeah.
Me and Maria would have some for
you know. We like that area. You can get all of the animal books are there. There's also something that's I didn't realize about our collection till I spent more time on the fourth floor and didn't realize about the whole For Dummies books in general.
Yes.
Is there are so many different animals, like animal owner books for dummies. So like in this, like if you go to the S section of our library, you'll see like of course dogs for dummies, cats for dummies, but then there's ferrets for dummies and like all these different reptiles for dummies. So I guess there's all these different pet owners for dummies books.
Yeah.
Which do they still make them?
I don't think they do, or it's probably like online versions now.
Yeah.
I haven't seen like a new For Dummies book in a very long time.
We need libraries.
Libraries for dummies.
Librarians.
Librarians.
Library for dummies.
Written by Hannah and Amber.
Yeah. Written by us.
I guess I should ask you a library question too.
All right.
What are like some common misconceptions about librarians that you'd like to dispel? Or
Well,
libraries in general?
I think that, about librarians, I think that for us, I mean, that's part of why we named this podcast Loud Librarians, because, hello, we're not all shushing and quiet. People are often very confused in real life when I tell them I'm a librarian.
Yeah.
And they say, shouldn't you not?
Yeah.
You're so loud.
And with me, it's like, you don't like people. Why are you a librarian?
Yes. And I think with libraries in general, well, there's a little bit of a divide almost. Controversial take between say public library. Amber used to work in public.
Yeah.
It's a bit more of a communal space for the community, which makes sense. Of course, it's a public area where the neighborhood can gather and children can read and people can take classes.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a utopia, if you
Yes.
will. Whereas where we work in academia,
Ooh.
it's a little more dignified, a little more kind of closed off in a way.
Yes.
And I hope for it to, and in a way, I guess that's inherently true if you're going to, it is reserved for certain members of a community instead of the public community.
Yeah.
But I think that we have tried to make some efforts of transforming our library space, especially post-COVID, into one that is a bit more of a makerspace library. We have the lounge, and we have different efforts on social media and the blog of just our library space, both physical and digital, or whatever library space means to you, a bit more welcoming and a public one.
And please take advantage of the Light Center where we record
where we
this
are right now. Absolutely. You guys, if you are part of the Fordham community, come to Light. There's a 3D printer. There's these podcast rooms. The nicest people in the world work here. There's more. There's beyond. I mean, it's great.
It's an amazing resource here.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hype that up real quick.
Okay. All right. Another library question since we are librarians. So I guess I already kind of talked about this, but then Amber, since for those of you guys who don't know, Amber does have a public library background before she came to Fordham. So what are some key differences that you noticed between the two?
It's so quiet in academic libraries.
Right.
That was the biggest shock when I started here. It was shocking. It was like a Stockholm syndrome type of thing coming from public library where you're expecting noise and a child to run out from behind our research desk when they're not supposed to. It's chaos. Public libraries, they're great and they're fun and they have great staff, but it's a little bit more chaotic. But one of the great things about it was that it was a community center. It was the hub for a community, especially in this, because I grew up in Fordham Heights as a kid. And instead of my mom just letting us hang out on the stoop or whatever in the summer or anything like that, she would just take us to the library every Saturday. It wasn't Bronx Library Center, it was Fordham Library Center on Bainbridge. Okay. And we would she would take as many books as you want, as many as you could carry, and just free for all, And that's what I loved about public libraries, is that it was for everyone. And obviously with academic, it's not going to be for everyone. It's for the community of the library. So that's the big difference. Public libraries, it's not just books. It's job prep. It's resume prep. It's technology. It's learning English. It's it's so much. Reading with dogs, which I loved.
What?
Yes. Did
you start that?
I wish I came up with that. Yeah, there was a therapy dog that would come and read to children that were shy to read in front of other kids. So the dog would just sit there with them and they would read silently to each other for 30 minutes. It
That's
was
adorable.
Amazing. But yeah, there's it's expected to be a lot of differences between academic and public. It's two different entities in a sense.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But even still,
But you're still serving a community.
Right. You're still serving a community, whatever that user community might be.
Yeah. So you're basically doing the same thing. It's just the environments are going to be different.
Yeah.
But you're doing the same work. What led you to a career in library services, Hannah?
Well, I think, well, when I started library school, it was kind of like just stemming from this place of like, because I didn't know that I think like between like 20, I don't know, somewhere in my early 20s to my mid 20s. Well, like in my mid 20s, I ended up, in libraries, but like in my early 20s, I don't think I would have thought that at all.
Absolutely.
But, I had like this like looking around the world, spinning very fast, clicking moment of like, oh my gosh, information is so important.
Yeah.
And no one takes it seriously
Yeah.
anymore. And humanity is going to crumble if we don't do something
I
now.
must save it.
It's the weight of the world is on my shoulders, and so I wanted to save the world,
As
which
you
I have.
should, yes.
But I think realizing that there is something to be said about like how we process and receive and disseminate information, and that is what we do in this profession, and it is very important now. And everyone, the hot topics now are always like, oh, the internet, ChatGPT, we don't need libraries anymore.
Which will always be a conversation for as long
but that's
as
why we
libraries.
need libraries more.
Absolutely.
Because just because there's more information doesn't mean that it's more good information. In fact, there is probably less accessible good information, which is a passion of mine, which is accessible information, open access. Because more of something doesn't mean that there's more of a good of the something.
Yeah.
So I think just being a part of a world in which other people are like-minded, and that if we make any sort of dent as a library community within this generation of how we process information, then that will be good.
That's a great answer,
Thank you. All right. Okay. I don't know if you've seen Hamilton, but there's a line where after there's a song. It's a sad song. Hamilton and his wife sing because their son died. Spoiler alert. And it's sad. Anyway, but they sing a sad song because of the sad thing.
Yeah.
And then Jefferson, then the two other actors, they say, "Can we get back to politics?" And then it gets silly again. So, you want to get silly again?
Yeah.
Well, I guess then my next question for you is, if you were a sandwich, what would you be?
I'm not a sandwich girl. Because I think I told you once that the reason why I don't go to Fordham events is because I have a trauma with sandwich smells.
Oh, I am so sorry. I brought up your trauma. Oh, no.
I have like a lot of food quirks, as our staff knows. But I like a grilled cheese.
Okay. I like grilled cheese as well. I think most people do, right?
I mean, if you don't, then that's a problem.
Do you like grilled cheese or mozzarella stick more?
Oh, mozzarella stick.
You like it more?
I love a mozzarella stick.
Because you were kind of like an emo kid. And I feel like, right?
Yeah.
There's like if you either do or previously owned a pair of Vans, then you like mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Yeah. And a pizza roll.
Oh, for sure.
100%. That's a whole nother story about me being an emo kid. My past life is...
Oh, yeah.
Man.
We sometimes can live many lives.
So many lives.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
I had a moment on the train.
Yeah.
I guess this is a little personal. This was just yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I was on the subway coming here to our jobs.
Yeah.
And I was listening to music, and I said, wow, what a crazy past few years.
Right?
I was like, so much has happened.
So much has happened.
In just my life, but then the world, like a lot,
And like you say, it started with Harambe.
Yeah. We tried to sneak that out of the last pod, but it just came back. But you know what? This is a goofy episode.
Yeah.
You know what, folks? I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of the world went a little haywire when Harambe, rest in peace, when he died.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Amber and I can start another podcast that doesn't have Fordham University Library's name on it, where we only talk about weird conspiracy theories and Bravo TV shows.
Oh my God. Yeah, that'll be a doozy. It might come. You never know. Why do we work so well together?
I think, a few things. One, we're both awesome.
Of course.
Two, we it's beyond if we were romantically involved, it wouldn't be because it doesn't, of course we have the same interests.
Yeah.
We're both, cool and awesome people.
Yeah.
But it's more like...
both the same height.
We are both the same height. I guess that's, those things at the end of the day don't matter as much as you have the same values.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the same values.
Yeah.
We think in the same way of seeing funny, which is most things.
Most things.
What's wrong, what's right, what's black, what's white. Wait. What song am I doing?
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, having the same values is an important part of any relationship.
Yeah.
Liking each other,
Oh my God.
respecting each other. I mean, folks, this is basic stuff for working with other people, for being
Yes.
friends with other people, being family, being in a relationship, any sort of relationship with any other people. I mean, what am I, the advice master? Wow. Oh, it was sage advice from me.
Sage, you have a lot of sage
But
advice.
what do you think, Amber? Why are we so good
I
together?
think because we're so opposite that it works though in our personalities.
Yes.
Like if we were two Ambers, a dud. If we were two Hannahs,
Too much.
too much. So we like balance each other out like
Yeah.
really, really well, but we still have like a lot of stuff in common, which is really
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
But like our personalities it's like yin and yang.
It's true, and that's something Amber and I have talked about, like, with each other and just in our, like, personal lives of who we mesh with. Because as long as, people are going to be who they are.
Absolutely.
As long as you treat people with respect and kindness,
Mm-hmm.
you should be okay.
You should be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when you first came into the office, when you first got hired.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's crazy, but like in the best way possible. That was my first thought. Like, oh, she's great.
I tried so hard to put on a professional face until my probation was over. Was me frantically running in like 5 minutes late every day. Did that give it away? Just like with my arms flailing. Yeah. I tried so hard.
Yeah, but it wasn't working.
I've been told. I was told from my supervisor because I also thought like I killed the interviews and was so profesh.
Yeah.
And like I kind of did, and I previously was working at a seminary library. Yeah, anyway, I was still in library school. I mean, not for nothing. Like I got all these scholarships and whatever, and I was like I'm good at this interview.
Mm-hmm.
But according to my supervisor, I was just okay. and they were all like, ooh,
Yeah.
I guess we'll go with her.
Yeah. And the opposite was it was the opposite for me. Like I was so amazing in my interview.
Yeah, he talks about it, that your interview was the best.
He thinks that I replaced her with an evil twin.
Well, did you?
Who knows?
You didn't replace with an evil twin?
I did not. I'm just like so charming.
If you say, yeah, he does. Your interview has been
lauded as
one of like the greatest in Fordham Library's history. So if you want to try an interview here, good luck topping Amber's.
I know. Seriously.
Anyway, we yap, we gab. We could do this all day. In fact, we will.
have.
we have, and we will.
Yeah.
But for your sake, we hope that this little interview between the two of us has really quenched the thirst that you guys have for us.
Incessantly.
Yeah, so everyone calm down. We answered all of your questions. There are no more. And this concludes season 2. I was almost going to say season 6, but this
We're
is
gonna
episode
be
6.
there.
Yeah. Season 2 of Loud Librarians.
Yeah.
And we will see you next time when the 3rd season premieres on a TBD date with TBD subjects. And we're going to get to that. Follow us on the pod.
Loud Librarians Pod on Instagram.
That's right. Okay. Bye, guys. See you next time.
Bye.